Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. If you're new to this channel, my name is Kalhidan Tesfu. I am passionate about health and nutrition, so that is mostly what I share on this channel. I have been a little bit MIA because a lot has been going on, and this month was quite intense for me. Today I will be covering eczema, so the possible causes as well as how we can tackle it. Although I have not personally dealt with eczema, so myself or even my child, I do have a few friends who have contacted me asking for nutritional recommendations in regards to eczema. So this is why I decided to make this video so that I can share these recommendations with all of you. So eczema is actually one of the most common chronic childhood diseases, and it can appear as wet or dry and cracked rash, and it can appear anywhere on the body. The most common locations are the elbow, the knees, hands and feet, and possibly the face and around the ears. Those causes are not all known. Some classify it as an autoimmune condition, so an autoimmune skin condition similar to psoriasis. Autoimmune conditions normally stem from food allergies. So what happens is that when we consume something that our body is allergic to or sensitive to, some of that food that we eat, some of those food particles then go from our stomach into our bloodstream. And once they enter our bloodstream, our immune system sees them as these foreign particles that it needs to fight to protect the body. So then it creates antibodies against these foreign food particles that are in the bloodstream. So it's these food reactions or food allergy reactions that cause the inflammation in our body, and that inflammation can then show up under various health conditions, and one of them being a rash on the skin, which is why they are saying eczema could be an autoimmune condition. So the key to reversing autoimmune conditions like eczema is then to tackle the inflammation and the leaky gut that is internal. So we need to tackle it from an internal perspective. So that would mean removing food allergens as well as strengthening or healing our gut lining so that we do not have any of these food particles exiting the stomach into the bloodstream and causing these allergic reactions, which then causes the eczema. So we have to take an inside-out approach to healing eczema rather than using topical creams and so on to tackle the rash. We need to look at it from the inside. So to heal our gut lining, we need to follow a protocol such as GAPS, which I can cover in detail if you are interested in a future video. If you are interested, please let me know in the comments section so that I can prepare a video in regards to that protocol. Otherwise, you can also make a few modifications in your diet. So the first thing would be removing all of your allergens, as well as including lacto-fermented food in your diet to strengthen your microbiome, and then good fats, because our lining, our stomach lining is made of lipid, so fats, and so we need to increase our good fat intake, as well as bone broth, which is also very good in healing our gut lining. So by doing these things, we can strengthen or heal the lining of our gut, and we can prevent those foods that are going to enter into our bloodstream from entering our bloodstream by removing those foods as well. So if you're not sure what foods you are allergic to, the most common allergens are wheat, dairy products, as well as peanuts, citrus, so that includes oranges and lemons, and chocolate. So I know chocolate is hard. It's also one of my favorite foods. Just kidding. I probably have not had chocolate in so long. I've been so good. But yeah, so chocolate is also linked to eczema. So I would recommend that you remove these food items if you're not sure what you're allergic to. And by allergic, I don't mean that you're having like hives right away when you're eating it. It doesn't have to be, allergy doesn't have to be something that you experience right away. It can also be something that you don't even know is linked to what you just ate. So you could experience some sort of bloating, even the eczema, you might not be linking it to something that you're eating, and it might not be right after you ate something, but it could be linked to food that you're eating. So if you're really unsure, if you haven't done a test with your doctor to figure out, there's a blood work test that they do here that isn't covered by our healthcare, but it's something that you can do to figure out what you're allergic to. If you have not done that, then I recommend that you remove all of these food items from your diet. And it's not something that you would do permanently, it's short term. So you would remove these items from your diet until you have healed your gut lining, and then you can introduce them one at a time and see how you react to each one. And if you're not reacting to any, or your eczema is still not back, then that means that those food items can now be included in your diet. So if you don't want to follow a specific protocol like GAPS, this is something that you can do to try to reverse your eczema. In addition to diet, there are a few things that you can take to improve the outbreak of eczema, and that includes evening primrose oil, and that's because it helps lower inflammation and it helps heal cracked skin. If this is for a baby or a child that is too small to take evening primrose oil orally, then you can apply it on the skin as well. In addition, fermented cod liver oil is also good because it is a good source of vitamin A and essential fatty acids, which are both important to not only heal our gut lining, but also to rebuild our skin. And as I have mentioned in previous videos, it is very important that you choose your fermented cod liver oil or your cod liver oil carefully, because a lot of them, as you can imagine, it is hard to extract an oil from liver. So most of the brands that are out there are extracting it through heat. And when you do that, you're basically losing quite a large portion of the minerals in vitamins and minerals in those supplements, and they are adding back those vitamins synthetically. So I would recommend that you choose something that has been cold pressed and not processed via heat. I have linked a few options in the description section below, so please check that out. Also, you could include probiotics in your diet, so that could be in the form of a fermented food such as sauerkraut or kombucha, or you could get a formulated probiotic that you buy from the store. I have also included some of those recommendations below if you don't know what to purchase. Probiotics are good because it helps strengthen our microbiome. As for topical treatment, Sephora. So no, I am not referring you to the makeup store. It's Sephora is actually a Chinese herb. So it's a herb that is used in Chinese traditional medicine for skin conditions such as eczema, and it actually has been shown to show instant relief for eczema rashes. So that's something that you can use. If you live in the United States, I have actually included a formulated formula that includes Sephora in my description link below. Otherwise, I would recommend that you contact a Chinese traditional medicine practitioner and you ask them where you can find this herb locally. So eczema can also be linked to nutritional deficiencies, and that's especially deficiencies in zinc, selenium, vitamin A, and essential fatty acids. So you can get the essential fatty acids and the vitamin A from the cod liver oil and the evening primrose oil that I mentioned earlier. And as for the zinc and selenium, you can get that by eating certain foods such as oysters, Brazil nuts, red meat, chicken, hemp hearts, and shiitake mushrooms. Not even sure I'm saying it right, but yeah, so these are food items that are rich in zinc and selenium. Those with eczema are often found to have high levels of copper in their system. And if you have high levels of copper, that means you're likely deficient in zinc, because our body needs to have zinc and copper in balance at all time. And when there is that imbalance, it leads to inflammation and a whole bunch of other health conditions, such as eczema. So if you are an adult, then you can look into supplementing zinc as well, as that may help with your eczema. Eczema has also been linked to skin irritants, so it's important that we use products that are fragrance-free and chemical-free in our homes. So that would include chemical-free cosmetic products, fragrance-free and chemical-free laundry detergent, body wash, dish soap, as well as pH-balanced skin products, using filters or water softeners in our showers, because it's not just the water that you drink that needs to be filtered. It's actually quite inexpensive to add a shower filter. I have included in my description section a link to the shower filter that we use. Also, when it comes to our baby, instead of using lotion after we give him a bath, we use coconut oil all over his body. And we also use coconut oil when we change his diaper, rather than using any diaper cream, Vaseline, and so on. So making those changes might be beneficial. Also, since perfume is basically a bottle of chemicals and fragrances, that's one thing that you should also consider stopping if you suffer from eczema. And that would also include candles and plug-ins, because again, those are also chemicals and fragrances in a bottle. And instead, if you need something to bring some sort of delicate scents to your home, use essential oils, because those are natural. Again, make sure you're using natural essential oils and not chemicals that have been bottled under the name of essential oils. If you do not see a change in your eczema with these changes and with these supplements, then I would highly recommend that you consider following the GAPS protocol to heal your gut. I also want to note that this is not medical advice. I am not your doctor, nor am I a doctor. And even for the nutritional perspective, nutrition is very bio-individual. So something that may work for you, or you may be allergic to, or something that's causing your eczema might not be what's causing someone else's eczema. And so this is not to tell you that this is the only way, but it's just to give you some information and place you in the right direction so that you can do some experiments to see what works for you and what helps you. And I hope that this was helpful. I hope this information was helpful. If you have any other topics that you would like me to cover in the future, please let me know in the comment section below so that I can work on that for you. And I've had a few people asking me for recipe videos when it came to my baby nutrition videos. And so I will be working on those, and I will try to alternate between these educational videos and a recipe video, like the injera video that I had posted. And so if you also have a specific recipe that I've spoken about that you want to see, please let me know. In terms of lacto-fermenting food, I have a quick video on my Instagram, as well as some other quick short recipes that I have posted on Instagram. So if you want to check my Instagram, it's also in the description box below. Eczema is becoming so prevalent in our society, and so I ask you to please share this video with your family and friends who may be suffering in silence, and maybe this will give them some hope. So please share this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.